Hey everybody, Superfluous Jay here, playing more Kerbal Space Program, and don't I feel dumb. I said at the end of last episode that I was going to set up the Jool ship to encounter Tylo, and I already did. Here's the thing, that episode took a week to record, so I had forgotten by the end of it what I had done at the beginning. So, we don't have anything to do until 149 days from now. In which case, let's go ahead and time warp all the way to this. And let's get out of map mode because there's no reason to do that. We might be able to see Jool eventually. Start burn in -2 minutes. Well, apparently time warp did a bad thing. Shouldn't be a big deal. We're way out here in the middle of nowhere. Let's go ahead. What is this, an 8-second burn? Let's go ahead and do it. Having some timing issues here. We're getting some stutters. I have had the game running for a while, which sucks because that means I'm going to, as soon as this burn's done, I'm going to have to exit out of the game, which is always annoying. Because I have other things I wanted to do other than play the game, and I was hoping to get this done really quick and move on to those things, but I guess instead I'm going to exit out of the game and hopefully come back to it knowing what I'm doing. Let's go ahead and get this as close as possible to what we have. That gets us a nice tight encounter with Tylo. Honestly, 143, we can get lower than that. 80, 70, 60, 50, 44. Let's go down to 44 just for the fun of it. And that puts our eventual orbit here, and we'll have our Tylo encounter. Then we've got Vol and the two smaller worlds. I don't know which ones I'm gonna go to, but let's see what each one looks like. Let's set Pole as our target. That's not a terrible thing. We've almost got an encounter here. Could we, at Tylo, slow down into an encounter? Look at that. It's like it was made to happen. Almost. What is it? Yeah, 58 meters per second. That's like nothing. Let's see if we can tweak this to something useful here. What if we change the time? Yeah, I'm liking that. And then slow down a little bit more. And then change the time again. No. We need to speed up a little bit and then back up. Oh, interesting. Uh-oh, did I just crash the game? I just remembered I wanted to exit out of the game here. Yeah, it's just changing the amount that little didn't actually help. I'm really surprised that we don't, I mean, I know it's a tiny world, but I'm surprised that this isn't enough to get a close encounter with it. There's our encounter. Okay, let's focus view. And keep tweaking here. I don't really want to change these. What if I change radial instead? Guess it doesn't really change it all that much. And then we don't need an encounter. We just want to flyby, so that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll get our first encounter. So let's go ahead and add a sphere of influence alarm and a maneuver node alarm. And then the next thing to do is the Dres flyby, which I'm going to do, like I said, after I fix my computer. And who knows how long that'll take. But for you, it'll just be a moment. And that moment has passed for you. For me, it's been multiple days. What are you going to do, right? But let's see. We've got... Oh, this is the actual get in orbit around Dres burn. Who knew? I for sure didn't. We got a ton of data we can transmit, which is nice. I was wondering why the camera was flipping around. This is what I get for not really paying attention to what I'm doing. And just kind of assuming. I thought this was like a big mid-course correction. But, hey, look, we're around we're at Dres. That's quite an accomplishment. This is probably the last time we'll see Dres all series, so get a good look at it now. And we got a good orbit. Let's go ahead and review our data and transfer it fairly unceremoniously. We should also... Oh, yeah, I have the better... Oh, no, that's contracts. Never mind. It's this one here. The better window. I should replace this one with it, but I'm not going to bother. Okay, we've got 470 electric charge. Let's go ahead and transfer this and see what it costs. So 8 is that much. 2 is going to be easy. 20 should even be fairly easy. 48 is where it's going to be difficult. Let's go ahead and get our electric charge back here. We're, of course, gaining more gravity scans as we go. Trying to get a good looking at the horizon. Here we go. That's good. That'll get us some confusion here. Doing a flyby's not for 100 days, so we got plenty of time. Let's go ahead and transmit this and see if we can. 95.83. Of course. Okay. Maybe if we're during time warp, we'll be able to transmit it. Who knows? Let's go ahead and try. This is 8 minutes, so this will be easy. Okay, this is 48. We're going to do this in time warp and see if we can actually do it in time warp. We have like the best sun that we can. If we're in time warp, we're able to send these, which is hilarious. So I'm gonna do this. That teaches you to respect time warp, and I'm gonna do all these, and then I will meet you at Duna. And all you out there in TV land might not be able to see it, but there's Duna right there. I've set it up so that the antenna is pointing right at it, and if you're somehow magically able to, Ike is also right there, halfway between Duna and the antenna dish. So we've got some fuel left in this. It looks like all of this tank here will get us on this burn, which is nice. I believe this is the Ike burn. We have a sphere of influence, which I'm just going to delete right now. And we're going to hit F5, and we're going to warp right to this node. Let's actually watch as Duna slowly gets closer to us here. I guess I have to do this. There we go. You can see Ike get going around it. Very slowly as we approach here. That's really cool. Oh, we just slowed down for the sphere of influence change. And here comes Ike, and we're going to swing right up to it. This is it, yes. Whoops. And we got all the stuff. We're not going to be doing these transfers because we're going to need to get this burn done here. And start. I'm hoping we weren't overzealous with our the lowness of our orbit. We are only 17 kilometers above the ground. We're 8 above the thing. I might pump our periapsis up a little bit on the next pass, because it would be a bit of a shame if we died, you know. Apoapsis is a 15. Yeah, let's plan here at our apoapsis to burn our periapsis up to the same, just to make sure. Whoops, what just happened? I think I just crashed. I just crashed. Well, you know what? We're going to accept that as what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. Ideally, we'll still get the Duna. That's hilarious. We'll still get the Duna. Don't put your orbit at 8 kilometers over Dres. There's a pro tip for you there. In a perfect world, we will still get the contracts for Duna. Let's see if that's a true thing here. Anomaly Surveyor, no contracts. Yeah. Must have orbited Duna. We never orbited Duna because we crashed into Dres. Well, on our next Duna flyby, our next Duna window, we're going to be sending another probe to Duna. So I guess Duna might actually be the end of the series for all I know. Okay, well we've got the Elu flyby. Let's go ahead and do that. I mean, we might as well. I was really expecting to build and launch the Dres ship, or the Duna ship, this episode. But it looks like possibly that's not going to happen. And I better verify before I do anything. Yes, this is just an encounter burn. This is the mid-course correction to make sure we actually get everything the way we want it. So it really doesn't matter when we do it. We don't have to do it right on the dot, but, you know, we might as well. In a perfect world, we will nail this, get a nice encounter, and move on to something else. Let's focus on Elu, see what we look like. Yeah. And we have determined that with 979 meters per second, we do not have what it takes to get into orbit, I'm assuming. Let's see what 900 and... Oh, it's close, but no, we don't have it. So we're just going to fly by. Not a big deal. Huh. I was hoping that I could tap it. So we want to go normal. And then I think right here, we'll do one more maneuver just to get really close. Why not, right? Let's go ahead and add that maneuver node alarm and the sphere of influence change. There we go. That's in a year. The next up is the Jool Flyer Buyer, which is going to be after our Jool transfer window. Not a big deal. So this is actually going to be the encounter. So we'll get this off the problem, and then yeah, our next Duna window is actually after the Elu flyby, which is interesting. So yeah, we're definitely going to get everything done. We might still have a little bit to do at Jool, but not much. Okay, I don't care about this sphere of influence change. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we got 244 days. Let's set Jool as our target. Aim at it. Just so we can kind of get an idea where it is. It's over there somewhere. And I'm tricking myself into thinking I can see it, but 250 days away, we probably can't. Let's slowly... Oh, there it is. And there's Tylo. Okay. So in 23 seconds, on 57 seconds, we have a burn. Let's go ahead and delete this. Let's aim at our maneuver node. This is a 53 meter per second burn that's going to get us... There we go. Now it's a 2-second burn that will get us... I think... an orbit around Jool. Yes. Oh, that gets us an encounter. That's why I did this. We have an encounter with Pole now. And we're not going to bother getting an orbit around Pole. But when we are here... or maybe even out here. No, I don't think it's going to matter. We're going to set Bop as our target. And then at Pole. Yeah, can we... I mean, we might as well get this to be a good encounter. So actually, yeah, let's actually put a mid-course correction in here. Let's add a maneuver here that gets us closer to Pole. I think we're in orbit ahead. I don't see how that's possible. There we go, 5 days. We were in orbit ahead, and it wouldn't let me jump back in orbit. Okay, here we go. So now let's go north. Let's actually bring this back a bit so going north affects us more. What I'm going to do here is we want to divert our orbit north. Even though it's not going to actually matter. We want to divert our orbit north, so we're going to go like this. So we pass right under the south pole of Pole. The pole, if you will. 14, if we go up north one more, that's 3, and that'll be death. So let's bring it down to like 10. Having learned our lesson here. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to have to transmit this data once we get somewhere where we can. I wish I had known that we didn't have enough electric charge to transmit without doing funky time warp things, because I would probably have... added a battery to this guy had I known that. Let's see. So 0.6 second burn. Should be fine. And it basically doesn't affect our trajectory at all. But if we're at Pole and we slow down... that will kind of I say kind of get us an encounter with Bob. In case you're wondering, I am making this up as I go along. Oh, I was doing normal. I don't want to have any normal on me. This is hard. Trying to get this in close encounter marker to match And I guess we're not as close as I thought we were. So maybe I'll try for something else. So this'll get us across here and get us this encounter. Now, what if we instead we want to finish at lathe? So let's set vol as our target and see if we can get a vol encounter here. And we'll do that at our apoapsis. There's a vol encounter. That's Tylo. Actually, I think it might be a Tylo encounter. Yeah, it's a Tylo encounter. Those are very common around Jool. Yeah, we need to actually bring it down a bit. Yeah, another Tylo encounter. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like this would actually get us the vol encounter. Oh, except for the Tylo encounter is crazy. Okay. There we go. That gets us equatorial on Tylo. Okay, that's got to be super close. So, what are we changing here? We're changing normal and prograde and retrograde. So, what if we instead change radial? That's completely different than what we're doing. That's worse. Yeah, we're so close right here. Oh, but we're too far down. So let's do that. And then peg this at the bottom. Oh, we're just so close. There we go. There's our vol flyby. And that's actually a good one. So that's what we'll do next. And that's in 13 days. So I'm going to transmit all this data back to the corporate headquarters here. And I will be back. Let's see if we can, if this one works. Now, we're transmitting it over 2 antennas, which might change the way things work. Let's also turn this way so we got completely in the sun. Yes. Okay, so let's speed up to 100 times like we did before and transmit and see if it works. No, not enough charge. Not even close. Okay, so I'm going to have to send all the small ones. And then turn on partial in order to get the 48s. So we'll keep. Here's another one that we can send. Here's one we can send. And now. Oh. Not used to having a stage. There we go. There is our vol encounter. So now we've got Tylo, pole, vol. Now we need bop, which ideally will be fairly easy with a burn at vol periapsis. There's that. Not exactly what I'd want. Let's see. What if we were to pass vol on its northern side so that we go south? Let's just try it. Weird that this isn't doing very much, but there we go. And okay. Sorry, I'm not talking very much. This is a little tricky, especially with the Tylo encounters. Okay, so let's go a little north. It's not looking too bad right there. Although, yeah, it is. It wasn't looking too bad until I actually looked at it. I am literally just fiddling around. Oh! Nope, it's another Tylo encounter. Definitely don't want to change prograde or retrograde. Now what if, let's see where, oh see this is like putting us way over here now. Yeah, we might have to just do this and then do another burn. This is getting a little difficult. Let's go ahead and get our Vol encounter done. And I just realized that I need to go into orbit around Vol and Tylo in order to trigger the contracts. So I've changed my mid-course correction burn here to get us a nice periapsis around Vol, and I'm just going to get into orbit, and we'll worry about Bop later. We need to get in orbit around Bop as well, though, because Bop has anomalies as well. Whoa! That was far, far faster than I thought it was going to be, and I should have known it wasn't going to be, or it was going to be that fast, but I didn't. Okay, right here, let's go ahead and slow down. Oh, this is going to be expensive. More expensive than I thought it would be. Well, I guess that's life. Yeah, we can't do that. I mean, it's a bad encounter, but I don't know if we would have saved that much more. And we definitely don't have enough to go around in orbit on all of them. So, guess what? We have this problem too. Okay, executive decision. I'm not going to send more probes. Let's go ahead and warp here. I'm merely going to come here with a huge mothership and go to Duna with a huge mothership. I'm done with probes. Probes are fun and all, but I'm not going to do it. Oh, we apparently have a lathe encounter, which is nice and cool looking. And I got a Bop flyby too. Might as well, right? Let's go ahead and warp to here. We'll get a nice view of our flyby. You can watch this part too. This is always fun. Don't know exactly where we're going to be passing it, but it feels like there it is. So we're going to get some stuff here. So we've at least got stuff from each world, which is nice. Pretty cool. Oh, look at all this warping and spanning and stuff. Sadly, we don't have the Delta V to get into orbit around anything. But hey, it was fun, right? And let's go ahead and take care of Elu as well, because it's only 28 days away. And then I think I'll bid you adieu and start next time with our with our Duna ship. Let's jump to the Elu flyby. There he is, 4.1 meters per second. This must be a burn to get us really close to Elu as we whip by really fast. So let's go ahead and warp 29 days. Elu is somewhere. There's Jool. For a second, I think I just saw Jool, but I don't see it anymore. Oh, we're in orbit, or we're in Elu's sphere of influence, which is always nice. Yeah, we'll just keep the data as it is, and let's zoom in on him. Oh, I guess we can't because we're there already. I think I have throttled down the engine a bit. Let's go ahead and thrust limit it back up. Yeah, this is just to get a really, really close encounter, which we have. So let's go ahead and warp to it. Here it comes. And I'm going to transfer all the data off camera. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you stuck with me through it. Next time we will be sending Kerbal somewhere, I promise. If you did like it, please like the video. If you didn't, please don't dislike the video. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And as always, I'm Superfluous J, and I will, as always, which I'll say twice, talk to you later.